Sean Diddy Combs is at the center of a sprawling legal storm, facing federal charges and numerous civil lawsuits that span decades. The allegations against him involve claims of trafficking, racketeering, and misconduct, painting a troubling picture of one of the music industry's most prominent figures. The federal investigation into Diddy began intensifying in March 2024, when federal agents raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami. While the searches did not immediately result in criminal charges, they reportedly uncovered critical evidence that led to Diddy's September indictment on trafficking and racketeering charges. Prosecutors allege that he orchestrated a network that coerced individuals into unlawful activities across state lines. Pleading not guilty, Diddy remains in custody, awaiting a trial set for May 2025. While the criminal charges are significant, they are just one part of a much larger legal battle. Over the past year, a wave of civil lawsuits has been filed against Diddy, many under New York's temporary law that allows older claims of misconduct to be revisited. These cases detail a series of allegations stretching back decades, involving both professional and personal relationships. One of the most notable lawsuits came from Cassie Ventura, a former partner of Diddy, who accused him of physical and emotional harm during their on and off relationship spanning over a decade, from 2007 to 2018. Filed in November 2023, the lawsuit contained detailed allegations of manipulation, coercive control, and physical harm. Cassie alleged that Diddy's behavior often left her isolated and fearful, stating that she endured years of mistreatment due to his influence and status. The lawsuit was quickly settled out of court, though the terms remain confidential. Despite the settlement, Cassie's decision to come forward marked a pivotal moment, inspiring numerous others to share their stories of alleged misconduct by Diddy. Following Cassie's case, Joy Dickerson Neal brought forward a lawsuit under New York's temporary law, which allows older claims of abuse to be revisited. Dickerson Neal alleged that Diddy engaged in harmful actions in 1991, including unauthorized recordings and inappropriate behavior. Her case highlighted Diddy's alleged pattern of exploiting his influence in professional and personal settings during the early years of his career. Another anonymous plaintiff filed a lawsuit accusing Diddy and singer Aaron Hall of misconduct at an MCA Records event in the early 1990s, describing a culture of impunity that allegedly protected high-profile individuals from accountability. In May 2024, another accuser, April Lampros, filed a lawsuit detailing multiple instances of mistreatment during her relationship with Diddy. Lampros alleged that her interactions with Diddy involved not only emotional and physical distress, but also a broader sense of coercion, as he used his status and connections to exert control over her life. Her case underscored claims of a systematic abuse of power, a recurring theme in many of the lawsuits filed against Diddy. The allegations are not confined to Diddy himself. A lawsuit filed in April 2024 implicated his son, Christian Combs, in alleged misconduct during a 2022 incident aboard a chartered boat. The plaintiff claimed that the behavior exhibited by Christian was a reflection of the environment Diddy allegedly fostered, one in which inappropriate actions were normalized and excused due to the family's influence and wealth. Additionally, in February 2024, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones alleged that Diddy hosted events where underage individuals were present alongside banned substances. Jones claimed he was pressured into participating in activities he was uncomfortable with, asserting that Diddy created an environment where such behavior was encouraged. His lawsuit drew attention to the broader culture of permissiveness at events hosted by Diddy, where boundaries were allegedly crossed without consequence. Collectively, these lawsuits highlight a pattern of alleged behavior that spans decades, involving both professional and personal relationships. The cases have sparked conversations about the impact of power and influence in silencing victims and enabling misconduct. As more accusers come forward, these allegations paint a troubling picture of systemic abuse, reinforcing the need for accountability and justice in high-profile industries. Adding to these allegations, a new claim surfaced in December. An unnamed woman accused Diddy of harming her when she was 17 years old in 2003. According to the lawsuit, the incident occurred at a private party in New York, where the plaintiff alleges she was coerced and drugged before the alleged harm took place. The accuser claims she was invited to the party under false pretenses and has provided details of other witnesses present at the time. While the defense has denied these allegations, they remain part of the growing legal cases linked to Diddy. These accusations combined with others, have painted a troubling picture of alleged behavior that spans decades. The cumulative nature of the lawsuits and their consistency in alleging patterns of coercion and harm has raised broader concerns about power dynamics in elite social circles. Investigators have reportedly reached out to additional individuals who were part of Diddy's social and professional networks in the early 2000s, suggesting the possibility of more claims coming to light. This new claim, like many others, has reignited conversations about the ability of powerful figures to shield themselves from accountability for years, relying on influence, intimidation, and silence. As legal proceedings continue, the inclusion of such historical claims under New York's temporary law has given voice to accusers who felt unable to come forward previously. Advocates see this as a turning point in addressing long-standing injustices, especially in cases involving influential individuals. The December 2023 claim stands as another example of how the ripple effect of high-profile cases can empower survivors to seek justice, even decades later. For Diddy, this new claim only deepens the challenges he faces as he fights to defend himself against allegations that threaten to overshadow his legacy entirely. Beyond the legal courtroom, the fallout from these allegations is reshaping how industries view power, influence, and accountability. Diddy's case has reignited discussions about the role of wealth and privilege in silencing victims and avoiding consequences. Advocates argue that cases like this underscore the need for systemic changes, not just within entertainment, but across society, to prevent misuse of power and provide better support for survivors. Moreover, as details unfold, the broader entertainment industry is bracing for ripple effects. The involvement of high-profile figures, both in the allegations and potential complicity, suggests that more revelations could emerge. These could have a transformative impact, sparking investigations into practices that have long gone unchecked. Corporate sponsorships tied to Diddy's ventures are reportedly under review, and his once flawless public image has been severely tarnished. The music mogul's ability to maintain his business empire during such a turbulent period is under question, with some sponsors publicly distancing themselves. Meanwhile, fans and critics alike debate his legacy, with some pointing to his contributions to music and culture, while others emphasize the severity of the accusations. The upcoming trial in May 2025 promises to be a focal point in the ongoing saga, with all eyes on how the federal charges unfold. Legal experts predict that the trial could serve as a landmark case in addressing systemic abuse within high-profile circles. As civil lawsuits and criminal charges converge, the outcomes of these proceedings will likely set precedents for handling similar cases in the future. At its heart, Diddy's legal battle reflects the tension between justice, accountability, and the presumption of innocence in an era of heightened scrutiny. For the accusers, this represents an opportunity to seek closure and justice for alleged wrongdoings spanning decades.